In the Yucatan Peninsula, the activities of the Mayas were initially ranging from hunting to farming. However, they slowly formed permanent settlements, villages, where farming was their main activity. In the eastern Mexico, the Olmecs pursued an aggressive policy, invading settlements of neighboring tribes. They were ferocious and merciless warriors. They invented special weapons attached to their fists. Their aggressiveness and these weapons gave them an edge. The defeated enemies were usually brutally sacrificed using these very weapons. The Olmecs disappeared mysteriously around 300 BC. Although they were brutal and violent, they also left behind a settled civilization consisting of elaborate pyramidal structures, statues, and a well-known calendar. The spectacular Teotihuacan city was initially built by unknown people in the center of Mexico. Its name was given by the Aztecs. At its peak, at the 1st century AC, it became the largest city in Pre-Columbian America, with a population of approximately 125,000 or more. The city is well preserved and it has assigned a World Heritage status by UNESCO. It has temples, pyramids, a large central road known as the Road of the Dead, murals, multi-floor palm houses, etc. At the same time, in the Yucatan Peninsula, the Mayas thrived building large cities, and their civilization became theocratic, where their prizing kings had the right of life or death of the peasants surrounding their cities. It is the Golden Era in Mexico. Teotihuacan became the largest religious center of Pre-Columbian America. Human sacrifices were taking place, during which human heads were taken from live victims offered to the gods. In parallel, the Mayas were also building huge temples like that in Chichen Itza. The Mayas in the Yucatan Peninsula reached their peak. Teotihuacan was invaded by the Toltecs. Mexico became the center of a multitude of new tribes, and several large cities were established. In the Yucatan Peninsula, the cities of the Mayas were abandoned without an apparent reason. In Mexico, on the other hand, the Toltecs thrived, reaching high artistic levels, building great new pyramids and several other megastructures. In the Yucatan Peninsula, the life of Mayas now regressed into Hablo villages as in the remote past. The Toltecs are invaded by several tribes from the north, and their capital Tula is also invaded, pillaged, and destroyed. The Aztecs arrive in central Mexico. They are great soldiers and fight ferociously for the principal god, Teotihuacan. They establish their capital in an island in the middle of a swamp, as per the dream of one of their leaders, described hugely an eagle eating a snake on the top of a cactus. This picture can be found on the current flag of Mexico. The Aztecs built their capital in this island, the famous Tenochtitlan, in honor of their leader. The city became the current Mexico City. The Aztecs expanded, conquering almost all neighboring tribes, including the kingdom of the Tepanec. The only exception is the Tarasko tribe, a highly savage one, who remained free and feared. The Aztecs reached their peak, becoming extremely powerful. The enslaved tribes tried to overthrow them, but to no avail. Christopher Columbus arrives in Mexico. The Aztecs were unable to resist. Nothing would be the same for the Aztecs anymore. Cortez arrives in Mexico, and the king of the Aztecs, Montezuma, sees him as a god. Cortez enslaves the Aztecs as well as the Mayans, except a minority living in the jungles.